Ready to join a growing segment of the population who works and lives from our stories? We don't have traditional 9-to-5 jobs, and we don't want them because financial and lifestyle freedom is too important to us. The writing and entrepreneurship community, sharing stories and making bank along the way, is our way of life. Inside each episode, you'll learn business, mindset, and writing growth tips, lifestyle hacks, and marketing strategies for growing an online writing or lifestyle business from scratch, right from the comfort of your home. The podcast is designed to uplift, inspire, and add a little extra presence to your everyday with your host, Susan Kiley, a no BS book coach and strategist, speaker, and author. Susan helps people tell their stories by tapping into their bold message, shape words to resonate with their audience, and produce a story that has a powerful impact on the world. Welcome to the Writer Insider. Here's your host, Susan Kiley.
All right, guys, welcome to the show. Okay, today we're going to talk about where do story ideas come from? Where do authors find story inspiration? Oh, my stars, look around. Literally everything you see, touch, smell, hear, and taste has the potential to be a story starter, the inspiration of a book. But no matter where your story comes from, you must nurture that inspiration. The simplest way to explain where story inspiration comes from is to think in terms of a harvest. We'll use sweet corn because I'm from the Midwest and we love our sweet corn. Sweet corn comes from a kernel. That kernel is planted in nutrient-rich soil, watered, and given a lot of warm Midwest sun rays throughout the months of June, July, and August. During the nurturing months, the kernel becomes a stalk and then ears of corn form. The corn is eventually plucked and sold and becomes a delicious dinner dish on my table. Okay? Story inspirations are the same. You first have an idea and inspiration hits you. You must nurture that one inspirational idea, and this works in both fiction and nonfiction. It's your roadmap of writing your story. When I write fiction, I use my surroundings, daily interactions, and events of my life to shape my characters, scenes, and plots. I love to observe people. People excite me. I've been told I'm a dialogue-rich writer because I observe real people doing and saying real stuff, not things I am trying to pull out of my buttocks. My mind goes a mile a minute during events. Like the time I was rushing out of a hospital because a tornado was sweeping across the city. I had to stay and help move patients, only to find a 15-minute commute would take over an hour in torrential downpours, 50-mile-per-hour winds, and limited street access. Or that time when I got into the pink Cadillac tour bus. What a disgusting mess. The idea of taking small ideas or observations and nurturing them into stories is what I call the author's story starters. All right, you start with an observation. You stop. Look high, low, and side to side. Inspiration and story starters are all around us. Embrace the sights, the sounds, the smells, the tastes. What is it you feel while the wind dances across your face, or the heat from the sun heats your skin from above? This is what helps make your characters come alive in your stories. Is there anything particularly interesting about horses frolicking or smoke billowing from power plants? Probably not. However, to a storyteller, our minds go full speed thinking of, what if? When I walk my dog, I choose different locations throughout the week. During this time, I notice horses frolicking, smoke billowing from power plants, people biking, young to the older, a man recovering from back surgery, an aged dog enjoying her last years with her owners. Now, if you don't consider yourself a storyteller, that's cool. You can become one if you learn to ask the correct questions. Okay, the powerful question is, what if? Let's go back to our horse frolicking in the pasture example. I'm fortunate enough to see this daily. Most will not. So let's take a more common one, like smoke billowing from a power plant. I bet you see smoke coming from either a power plant or a building at least once per day. If not, just pretend for a moment, okay? So for me, I think of where is the smoke coming from? Why is it billowing? How does it do that? Then I go deeper and further into my storytelling parts of my brain. Being a romance writer in the fiction genre, I think of, what if a woman is looking out the window? What if a man is looking into the window? What if a frumpy looking woman is looking out the window? What if a high affluent dressed man is looking out the window? What if neither are really looking at one another? What if the billowing from the building is a fire? What if the man is trying to see into the building? What if... See how the what if question gets you thinking and jumpstarts your storytelling? Think of a child. Have you asked a child, what if? Oh my gosh, the answers is crazy. Yet amazing stories develop from asking a child, what if? I love children and their storytelling abilities. I mean, no, the stories don't always make sense. I mean, they use the what if and go with it. Unlike adults who stop ourselves and try to be rational immediately. When you're doing the what if, don't limit yourself. You don't have all the answers. This story will eventually come to you through the process of continually asking yourself, what if? And yeah, the stories might sound crazy and you might start going off and being like, oh my gosh, what if, what if, what if? And some of them you'll go back and you'll just start crossing off because obviously they don't make sense and they're completely crazy. But that's the power of finding your story inspiration, going with just a little piece of inspiration and exponentially expanding it through the questions of through observation and through the power of asking what if. So the end. The process of finding inspiration and turning inspiration into a story is about asking what if and then answering that question. And you repeat it. You continue the process until you have a working outline or a book in progress. If you prefer not observing your surroundings and events of the day, you can head to my website and pick up your copy of the Author Story Starters. It's 500 plus ideas that can help you start your first or next book. This is for those of you who just want to do, not think. But I can guarantee this. You may not want to do, or you may want to do and not think, but once you see those 500 plus story ideas, you will start saying, oh my gosh, what if, what if, what if? So how do you generate story ideas? I'd love to hear about your process. Leave a comment and let's talk about it. That's all for this episode and post. Remember this, you're just one word away.
That's it for this episode of The Writer Insider. For blogs, transcripts, and other free resources, visit susanrkiley.com. And Susan would love to personally reply to your questions about this or other topics. So email those to susan@susanrkiley.com. To connect on social media, search Susan R. Kiley on Facebook, Instagram, or Twitter. Or you can even send snail mail to HSL Media, 13110 Birch Drive, number 195, Suite 148, Omaha, Nebraska, 68164. The Writer Insider, produced by Susan Kiley and edited by me, David L. White. And what was that one thing you said, Susan?
No matter where your story comes from, you must nurture that inspiration.